I made a post on Threads about distractions. Eliminate them. You only find it so hard to do what it is you're supposed to do in life because there's easier options on the table. Instead of training and studying and working hard and spending time with the people you love and being a benefactor to their lives, shit that matters in life, you decide to scroll social media endlessly, play video games, smoke weed, drink yourself silly, watch endless TV, go on dirty websites, gossip. It doesn't matter. You pick easier options because they're just there. And it's a cheap substitute for what you really want in life. It's a cheap entertainment way to get your brain its dopamine fix. But what would happen if the first list, the shit that matters in life, what would happen if that was your only option on the table? How far would you go if you actually focused on what matters for once? Let me elaborate on this. You need to understand that there are ways that you can change the difficulty of your life. You can change the difficulty levels. Let's say you're trying to quit video games. What is a easier difficulty level to play that at? Having your Xbox sitting right there in front of you with controllers and everything plugged into your TV, ready to go, games downloaded? You'd be using your willpower every single day to quit video games at that point. What if you gave your Xbox to your friend and said, "Don't let me play this," and it was left with them at their place? That's a little harder. What if you sold your Xbox? Gone forever. Gone to the depths and the abyss that is eBay. It's even harder. What if you utterly destroyed it and threw it in the trash? Even harder then, isn't it? Same thing goes for, drinking. Would it be harder to quit drinking if you had drinks readily available in your fridge and all your friends ever did was go out and drink themselves silly? Yeah, it'd be pretty hard to quit, wouldn't it? Now, what if you got rid of all the alcohol? What if you didn't go out with your friends if they were going out drinking? What if you only went out with them when they were going to the gym? Then what happens? Gets a lot easier, doesn't it? Same thing goes for dirty websites. Are you seriously going to be on dirty websites if you are living with someone else and constantly? Are you going to be on dirty websites when you have a porn blocker installed? Are you going to be on dirty websites when you have so much going on in your schedule that you don't have a solitary second to spare for jerking off? It's going to be hard, isn't it? It's going to be hard to get off, isn't it? There are levels to the game. If you eliminate these distractions, if you throw them to the wayside, if you actively try to make it more difficult to seek out these cheap distractions, these cheap substitutes for what you really want to do with your life, if the only option you have is to train and to study and to work hard and to be a benefactor to the lives of those around you and make a positive impact in the world, if those are your only options, your brain will only be so bored. Then you may be sitting there thinking, well, he didn't mention social media and my phone. Well, I can mention it now. Delete your accounts. Unless you are using your social media accounts to create content and be a positive influence in the world, kind of like what I do, you shouldn't be on there to begin with. Delete the accounts. Delete the apps. And every time you re-download them and make a new account, delete them again. And again, and again, until eventually you get so annoyed with having to re-download it and make a new account and everything, you're just like, screw it. Screw it. I have better things to do with my life. I have better things to do with the 23 years that I would be throwing away if I was on my phone for 6 hours a day. Watch that video if you haven't already. I get pretty spitfiery in that one. But the basic concept that I'm trying to give you is that you can make the game easier. You can make it easier to quit the things you know you're not supposed to be doing. You can make it easier to do what you know you're supposed to do. Because if it's the only option, your brain will get bored to the point where it's just like, screw it, I'll go to the gym. Screw it, I'll work on my business. Screw it, I'll do some studying. Screw it, I'll work hard at work. Screw it, I'm going to be a benefactor to those around me. I'm going to be a positive influence. Give yourself no other option than to do what you're supposed to do, and you will find it is extremely easy to do what you're supposed to do. You just need to eliminate distractions. Understood? Fantastic. My name is Christopher Strobach. I get on here and I rant about anecdotal mindsets I have that I found are extremely useful to me. My hope is that they are extremely useful to you. If you found any value in anything that I just said whatsoever, by all means, the only thing that I ask is that you make use of it. If you want to connect with me, talk to me, message me, anything along those lines, there are various links in the description. You can click buttons, you cannot click buttons. I don't really care. What I do care about is that you get after it, kick some ass, and I will see you next time.